the cardiovascular, how do you think there is a scope or a space, or is there a platform through which these innovations could be enabled in a conscious way and, bring this to the forefront? Is there any platform like this?
Yes, there are two platforms which I had planned, and in fact, about 9 years back, I looked into the logistics, and many students across the country approached me as I am the secretary of the Indian Association of Cardiothoracic Vascular Surgeons. They did approach, and they told me what are the challenges they are facing across the country of uniformity of training. They did notice the way of training we take and other institutes. So that's a time where I started off in the association called as an ISTS core program. It's a rapid examination oriented program conducted every year, once in a year at our institute in collaboration with the Indian Association of Cardiothoracic Vascular Surgeons. And 2 days, it's a rapid exam oriented program wherein typically it's like a mock examination what we conduct. And invariably, the candidate who attends this program, the pass percentage is more than, I would put it as 99% plus. And not only that, we create notes called for the people, for the exam going students. In fact, we name it as Sathya notes because it's the initiative, it was initiated here. So around 9 versions today, the 9th version is on flow, and we do distribute everything free of cost for the students. So with that uniformity in the theory training and clinical examination is taken care. Now challenge comes when practical exams. So I can't get everybody across to one single institute and train. It's a challenge by itself. They have been registered across the country. There are various training centers recognized by the government of India, and they have been getting trained. And the training, why, if you can ask me why the training is different institutes. Well, each institute has its own challenges and its own limitations, wherein we look into that. For this, I am looking out for a uniformity of training platform called as Center of Excellence, which I'm looking at, which is happened to take place in Bangalore. And in that place, skill-based training program. So wherein modules will be installed, and subsequently with that, we have tie-ups with our institute or Rama Institute or other cardiac institutes in Bangalore because of easy connectivity from the airport. Land we are looking at, we have identified it close to the airport area. And once the Center of Excellence picks up, that's where this hands-on training and education platform will come into picture.
Oh, wow. So what I understand is that one platform itself is being created is IACS, which is Indian Association for Cardiothoracic Surgeons, right? Where
Yes.
you're bringing all the knowledge and the experts, the practitioners, the surgeons are all coming together and supporting and taking many initiatives. And one of the initiatives that you said is being taken is to create another platform, which is Center of Excellence. Pretty interesting. And, the Center of Excellence itself, what would be the kind of activities that you foresee that should be happening in the Center of Excellence?
Yeah. Simple, I would focus on skill-based training, and that skill-based training with moral values in it. Because today's education platform, in fact, a day was there where doctors, surgeons were worshipped as God. Today, that culture has changed. It's not because of the people. In fact, if you ask me, it is because of our own faults at certain places. That word of compassion is missing. The word of love is missing in our profession. That's where I look at. So that can happen provided when the child is being training or undergoing training, the candidate during his training period, we need to add that compassion along with the regular mastery over the field. So here, for example, if you want to train a candidate on a beating heart surgery, beating heart bypass surgery, where Indians are the pioneers in the world for beating heart surgeries. So that training does happen. It takes its own time. So for that, if we start training on the human heart, then chances of errors are more and chances of deaths will be higher side. That's the reason where most of the seniors fail to train the youngsters in that aspect, especially in the private setups. So we have different modules now. Japan has come out with a new module of beating heart itself. Wherein on that beating heart per se, we can teach them the suturing techniques. That's a module by itself. Similarly, whether it is wire skills is another program. As we should keep ourselves advanced or in par with the latest developing technology, wherein keyhole surgeries have come up, robotic surgeries have come up. So all these things, we can't train them on a live surgery, which is going on, becomes difficult because the master who has been doing it has undergone quite around 20-30 years experience. And he ends up training somebody, and he does face a challenge, and that's where I have noticed it. And finally, this center of excellence has all these modules where there will be certified courses for that. And across the country, they come down. In fact, people from abroad also have been approaching for this kind of excellence of training. That's where I'm looking at. This one. Second part is the database. Now, if I ask you now, in fact, Naveen Lakur, suppose if he is 45 years old, and today, if I ask him what is the incidence of heart attacks in the 45 years old in India, the answer is 0. We don't have a proper database. Of course, some numbers may pop up, but that's not the actual database. Till date, we are been reading textbooks written by the Americans, written by the United Kingdom, wherein they have a solid database. And that database is which I happen to take an initiative as a secretary at Sathya Institute. We started off, and subsequently, why not for the entire country was the thought. And 12 nodal centers across the country, different institutes under various leaders of our association, we started the database. In fact, I am the program director for the database. We happen to have our own templates. The templates of USA, UK are quite large. In fact, to enter one case database, the time taken is around almost more than half an hour to 1 hour or so, because it goes around 50 to 70 pages, where no Indian will have patience, no doctor will have patience of Indians entering the data. So after all, undergoing through various about more than 7 countries templates, I happen to make a template separately for India for CTVS surgeries. And within 4 to 6 minutes, sitting on the in your laptop or in your mobile or in the system, data can be entered. And this was inaugurated by then the Health Minister, Government of India, Dr. Harshvardhan, in the year 2020. And last almost 3 years now, we almost collected more than 18,000 plus data. And now additional centers are being added on. And the main aim is that in the long run, each institute, if you ask me, should be entering data, or else in fact, I don't know, that's how the Americans and UK are so strict about the data entry. Their hospital license stands cancelled there. That's where we need to look at to make a difference.
Okay, yeah. So the center of excellence that you're looking at to be established is going to take such initiatives, bring some policy changes, and implement some of the best practices. And also the little extra that you're talking about is taking new initiatives, the education itself.